I'm Megan and I'm here with Dave Newell from Southern Rivers Catchment Management Authority. So Dave, I just want to have a chat to you a bit about the exciting projects we've got going on in this far south coast region. Tell us a bit about who you are and what you do in your role.
Sure. So my role is a Landcare coordinator and I work the far south coast area. I'm based in Bega and I work pretty much from Tilba down to Eden. And my role is really to support local groups, any groups that are working on conservation issues, and also farmer groups that are working on production and balancing production and conservation and repairing land. Also work a lot with school groups, education capacity. I support them to develop projects up and to access funding and give them information and training.
So in this region I hear there's a really important biodiversity project to do with koala habitat, and you've got a range of landholders involved and a property just close by. So I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about how important that project is and what the landholder's aiming to do.
Our biodiversity process throughout the whole area is to increase connectivity between forests to provide habitat. I mean, the koala is a big iconic species at the moment, and down here there's a small population which we are trying to save. But also, the flow on from that is that by having better connectivity and more vegetation on properties, there's lots of other multiple benefits too, of actually flowing through into better farm production as well.
And working on private land, often you're only working with a landholder. How are you managing to engage the wider community and get that message across that it's really important that we are managing biodiversity on private land and potentially getting the community involved in these projects?
That's one of the beauties of the Crossing being involved in this project, because it's got a strong volunteering network, I suppose. We do lots of working bees with all the groups that come here. So every group that comes here pretty much is involved in that project. So that's like a word of mouth thing, as well as a hands-on sort of experiential things. So that starts to sort of filter out into the community. Throughout other projects as well, we're sort of starting to increase the awareness with farmers, and this project will be a catalyst for that, as well as the broader project, which is going to roll out over the next few years. So we will do more working bees, we'll be doing some field days and things like that, so we can get farmers to come along and have a look. I suppose the word of mouth is the big one for us, and finding some of those farmer champions in the area that can actually go out and talk to their peers. It's always better coming from someone in your peer group than a so-called expert coming along.
And having the Crossing involved, which does a lot of work with youth, how important do you see that relationship with young people being involved in these revegetation properties, having that interaction with an older generation of farmers and taking that message out?
Yeah, I think it's essential really. And we all come with different worldviews, and having the ability to mix those worldviews and actually find common ground within them. So an older farmer can have common ground with a younger person who might come from an urban environment or not have the experience. So besides the fact of supporting those younger people, then to develop skills, develop insights, take their own style and see where they're going to fit in with the bigger picture of actually helping to contribute down into the future. And I think those older farmers or those really respond when they get a group of young people, because they can realise that it's not the end of the line. I'm getting towards the end of my line maybe, or towards the end of what I'm trying to do, and having young people come up really picks people up, knowing that things are in good hands.
Yeah.